I'm Carole Osborne. I've had a bodywork and teaching career over the last 35 or so years, and a lot of that time I've put a lot of attention in conveying to my students how to use their body at the table and how to save themselves to work efficiently and work effectively. I want to address the issue of body mechanics in the sideline positioning and look at how tables, how the supports we use the tables, how we shift our weight, and how we align ourselves can make a difference in your own comfort in working in the sideline position. Now, when we have prone and supine clients, frequently we are working with a weight shift that is in a downward direction. And that's true when we're working with a client side lying, particularly when we're working on their hip, for example, or when we're working on the pelvis. The direction of our pressure is more downward. And so it's ideal for me to have a table that accommodates getting to a lower height. So I've got this table down really much lower. And then if I have a lift table, like this ProLux convertible from Oakworks, I can get this table up to a height that's more conducive for me working in areas like her lumbar spine. So if I want to work here, for example, or if I wanted to work in this lower part of the erector spinae muscles, this would be a good position for me to be at with this lift table. So this is more of a laterally directed shift of weight rather than a downward direction of my shift of weight. And so that means that this adjustable height is ideal. Now, if you aren't able to do something like this convertible where you put your flat table on top of this lift section here so that you can get that adjustability, as long as your adjustable height table, that you have your adjustable height table, then you can adjust that so that your table is somewhere between your wrist and your knuckles. So I've got this at a nice height for me right now. And if this was the only height I could have, this would be a great height for me to work at with a client in side lying position. Another important tip for body mechanics here is to not have our side lying clients in the middle of the table and really not on the far end. So whatever supports you're using, whether it's pillows or something like this sideline positioning system, you'll want to make sure that your client is to the back side of the table, the rear side of the table. I've lined up the cushion here with the rear side of the table so that you see that my client is really close to me. Another good thing to keep in mind is your weight shift as you're working. I like to work by starting gathering up my weight in my back leg. So that means that I empty out my front leg of weight, and then as I lean my weight onto my client to create a technique, let's say I'm doing some deep tissue work, I lean my body weight onto my working tool, onto my client, and this front leg stays empty of weight. That way I can use my body weight to direct and to create the momentum. If I were going to use some more fanning type technique, same idea. I'm leaning from that back leg. Now, a real common thing that happens for many of us when we start working in the sideline position is that we're used to our eyes being in alignment with our clients' spines because we've been working a lot in prone. So there's this tendency to turn your head and your neck and side bend and proceed on with your work so that the spine and your eyes look right. And that creates a lot of tension in the neck and in the lumbar area, the quadratus lumborum. So it's very important for you to keep your torso erect and your head erect. And if you work frequently in the sideline position, you'll find that this view of the spine becomes quite comfortable for you. I hope these few tips on body mechanics in the sideline position will help you to be more comfortable while your clients are nice and comfortable and being treated in this wonderful sideline position. Thank you.